remix version going on tonight. What it do? It's your man, Subliminal 209, host of Knicks After Party. I got Cully Goat in the building, the other host of Knicks After Party. What it do, y'all? Man, we gonna keep going from last week's conversation on rosters, workouts. Who would you guys like these cats to be working out with this summer? You know what I'm saying? And then we're gonna switch gears on the schedule, what you guys are hype about, what are you looking forward to on matchups, and just things like that. So, what it do, fellas? What it do? Yo. So you want to kick it off, Cully, with a certain player, or?
So I think last week we had we got about 4 players out the way. I think it was Obi, IQ, I think it was RJ, and Grimes. That's all I can remember. Oh, and Deuce. I think we touched on Deuce, so we could see them working with. Was there anybody else? Did we miss anybody?
Shoot, we got Cyborg Jericho Sims. We can talk about.
Jericho Sims, like it looked. I mean, from summer league, it looked like he's starting to come into his zone. I really don't know yet. I really do not know.
So, by what you saw, summer league, him bringing the ball up, him doing the Euro, him, taking a jumper from the charity stripe, those different elements that he brought in summer league. What would you like? Who would you like them to work out with to build on that?
I don't know. I mean, probably somebody, probably in a sense, Rasheed Wallace, because Rasheed Wallace can teach him the fundamentals. But that's what I can think of. But Rasheed Wallace, he has a job now. Oh, no, he declined the job. Yeah, that's one guy because and Tibbs likes Rasheed Wallace, so that maybe one guy you could bring in here just to teach him the fundamentals of boxing out, interior defense. I don't know if we can get any. I don't know if you can get any bigs that bring the ball up to work with him. Most of the bigs that bring the ball up are in the league now. They on other teams, so I don't know in that aspect.
Right. What about that, man? Rasheed will bring that leadership too, though. Maybe he'll get some words out of Jericho Sims this season. Not him being so quiet. You never know.
Right.
That dog mentality. I ain't mad at that one.
Yeah, that's all I can think of. I mean, we had him work with players before. I remember when Fizdale was here, he had him working with guys on the squad. So that's all I can think of. Salute my man DSJ. Salute the chat, by the way. But yeah, that's all I can think of about it for now. Yeah.
All right. So for me, I would go Blake Griffin. They both 6'9", both have similar body, physique, 250. Blake entered the league as a leaper. Someone who could just dunk. But now that he got older, injuries and stuff like that kind of slowed him down. He got to change his game to the perimeter, where he uses his back to the basket, little fadeaway jumpers and things like that. So I feel like he can elevate Jericho Sims' game that way. Maybe take some 3-pointers here and there, but you got to remember back in the day, like all that athleticism, they both have that athleticism. I mean, Blake won the dunking contest back in 2011 with that 360, 2-hand yam jumping over the car when Baron Davis was inside hopping out the sunroof, throwing him the oop in the Kia. I mean, man, it'd be nice to see Jericho out there. I mean, we all remember the first time we seen him, or for me, it was during the tryouts, when he hit his head on the rim. So just those types of things, I would just like him to just build on that. So I think it'd be dope, not only for Obi to defend his title, but to put Jericho in the dunking contest as well.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? That'd be dope. Maybe a Ferrari Hunt too, because he got that athleticism as well. You know what I mean? So I think that'd be hype. I think that'd be dope. So that's kind of who I would go with.
Yeah,
what y'all thinking about that in the chat? I mean, who would you guys like Jericho Sims to be working out with this summer?
I could agree with the Blake Griffin one. Only thing is, I think Blake Griffin's on a team still. That's the only thing.
But he can still work out in the summer, though. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's summertime right now. They all working out with different players. I'm not saying that.
Oh well, yeah. I mean, I don't know. When I think of working out, I'm thinking of guys that can work with like all year round. I don't know, guys that can get in their ear. That's what I'm thinking of. That's my fault. I'm just thinking of the season, because the season's getting there, almost getting close somewhat. So that's what I'm thinking of. Maybe that's what it was.
Yeah. I'm just saying, from like the end of the season, you had this whole summer. That's kind of what I was getting at, like summer. I mean, if you could find somebody else, maybe like a Kevin Garnett, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I was thinking that
ticket, someone that's retired. If you want to go that route,
I was definitely thinking of a Kevin Garnett. I think Tibbs might have a good relationship with him too. To bring him in. I was thinking that too, because the fundamentals of boxing out, just certain fundamentals. These guys are good at fundamentals, so that's why I can agree with that. KG and Rashid, salute Canal, salute King Poppy, Nick G, Greeny, salute my guys. DSJ, salute. Pudge, salute. Yeah, top rebounder. Yeah, I could agree with that. Top rebounder. I could agree with that one. I was thinking, yeah, that's why I said she. Maybe a Ben Wallace. Maybe you could bring a Ben Wallace in. I don't know what he's up to these days. Maybe that's another guy you could bring in. Maybe Ben Wallace. They was both 6'8", 6'9". Shot blockers, guys that go get it, guys that play bigger than 6'9". So,
that's who I kind of compared Jericho to last year. Is that Ben Wallace, and a lot of us did as well because they have that, like you mentioned, similar frame, similar height, but they're that big body 6'9" that looks a lot bigger than what they really are. So yeah, but what besides rebounding, what would Ben Wallace kind of show him?
Well, the other part of rebounding, the fundamental, the boxing out part, and I guess remember Ben Wallace was also a good defender. That was also defensive player of the year, if I'm not mistaken. So just defense, moving, using his feet, knowing how to move, small things like that, lateral positioning.
I feel like, not to cut you off there, but I feel like he already learned that from Taj last year, kind of how to be poised in the paint, how to not, fall for the fakes. And now he's kind of brought in his game to offensively. So I don't think that Ben Wallace would show him anything offensively as far as, taking his game to the next level is kind of what I'm getting at, I think if you were to work out with Ben Wallace, it would have been last year, would have been the time. I just feel like he just needs to step up his game, and he's already showing that. And I just feel like, Ben Wallace just wouldn't be that guy. That's all I'm saying, though.
No, I get you. Yeah, I mean, yeah. I'm just saying, I don't really see much from Sims unless he's going to become a scorer or something out of nowhere. I don't know how much else I see, but I mean, the fundamentals is good. I mean, yeah, he did learn from Taj. I could agree, using his body. So I would just say at this point, just pretty much just fundamental positioning, interior defense, things like that. He can move laterally. I would have loved to see him work with Kenyon Martin, being that Kenyon Martin was a guy that could defend all 5 positions, and that was in the Sims scouting report that he could defend all 5. So I would have loved to see him work with a guy like that, that could defend smaller positions. I mean, he's 6'9", so he probably could defend everywhere, as long as he fundamentally moves his feet and stuff, and just
right. And that gives him the ability to play both positions. Once you start stretching the floor out like that, you can start playing a little bit of the 4 and 5, maybe next to Hartenstein or next to Mitch.
So, right. Like Nick G said, offense could wait. That's what I'm saying. I'm not really worried about his offense. I think it'll click as he goes, as he gets comfortable in the league. I mean, he had a good. I think it's fair to say he had a good summer league. So, as long as I think it'll click for him. Well, we have a point guard now. We have a point guard that'll find him. Jalen Brunson is definitely going to use him. He's definitely going to tell him when to cut, when to slash. He's definitely going to see him every time. So
use him in the pick and roll. He's going to be deadly in the pick and roll. So he's going to be deadly in the pick and roll.
Deadly in the pick and roll. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Just especially Obi. I can't wait to see how he works with Obi. But we're not talking about him now. We're talking about Sims. But yeah.
Because you remember Grimes had mentioned that in Summer League too. He's like, man, he's not human. All I got to do is just throw the rock up anywhere and he'll just snatch it. So,
right.
Yep. So you put Brunson out there, it's going to be nice. It's going to be highlight reels like every day, every game. So, yeah, let's go ahead and move on to another guy. I kind of brought him up a little bit earlier. I call him Ferrari Hunt because he has that blazing speed, just good in transition, energy guy, just gets those steals and able to finish at the end of the court. So he's a good strong cutter as well. Good hands on catching oops. So who would you like him to work out with? And remember, he's skinny too. He's only like 195.
I'm thinking of, but we'll probably never be able to get this guy. Hall of Famer, one of my favorite, Scottie Pippen.
But I have him. I was gonna say Scotty too, though. I was originally gonna say Latrell Sprewell because of the similar frame style. You know what I mean? And they're both good in transition. You know, play above the rim. You know, he's ex-Knick. But if you want to just go like ceiling, right. Scottie Pippen. You know what I'm saying? Because he was a good offensive on-ball defender as well, and playing those passing lanes. So yeah, that was a good pick though. I'm gonna go and pass it back to you though, and give me those reasons why.
Why Scottie Pippen?
Right, yeah.
Well, the wingspan, the length, the athleticism. Just he was good. He was also good in transition. Scottie pretty much he can teach this guy everything: how to use his length, how to read passing lanes. Because Scottie was very active, especially when he was on the Bulls. He was very active. You know, he don't got to teach him the offense, but he can teach him how to use his body. Another guy that can teach him the fundamentals, how to use his body. Scottie also learned how to shoot later in his career. You know, as he got older, he'll probably teach him that too. Who knows? But you know, he'll probably just how to read the floor when he's in transition. Because Scottie was also a good passer later in his career, so he'll probably elevate his game. A guy like Scottie will elevate his game. That's a Hall of Famer we're talking about. So he'd elevate him. Yeah, he'd be a perfect teacher. I agree, King Poppy. Yeah, just like I said, the wingspan. Scottie had it all. The wingspan, about the same height, same athleticism, freakish athleticism, good defender. Was very disruptive with his arms, with the arms and the wingspan. He was always in the passing lane. Scottie led the league in steals at one point, if I'm not mistaken. I don't remember which team, but it might have been usually Blazers or Bulls, but he led the league in steals. You know, so hey, it's the perfect guy. And you look at Ferrari's game, nothing like Scottie, but you know the athleticism may remind you of him. That's about the best I can think of. Sprewell, I can see a lot of Sprewell too, but that's more so offense. Sprewell can teach him probably the same thing Scottie can, if we're talking athleticism. The offense, Sprewell had the offensive package, so I don't. I mean, hey, that could work too. Sprewell's always at every game. He's at most of the games. You see him there, you know. So Sprewell could definitely be a good teacher.
And that's what I kind of figured too. Like you mentioned, I mean, you didn't leave too much meat on the bone though, but yeah, I mean, he's basically at every game. You know, so it wouldn't be too difficult for him to, you know, show him a few things. So I mean, it's always nice to have ex-Knicks players around to kind of teach you, you know, how to play in the bright lights in New York. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of what I'm getting at. And I don't know if Scottie Pippen would be down to, you know, saying how about a Knicks player, but I mean that if he can make it happen, that'd be nice.
I can see Scottie wanting to get paid for that. For that matter, yeah, I can see that man wanting to get paid for that one. Yeah, he probably won't, but it's all right. I mean, hey, why can't he get paid? Why not? That's how I look at it in Scottie in the Scottie scenario. But yeah, that's the only guy I can think of.
No, that was a good one though. That was a good one. I don't think you could, you know, reach any higher than Scottie. You know, 6-time champ, like you mentioned, defensive. He probably got defensive player of the year too, though. You know what I'm saying? I think he got first team and second team a couple times. So yeah. Yeah, we want to move on to somebody else. We got Julius Randle.
Oh, Julius Randle. Who would be the perfect mentor for Julius? That would probably be another Rasheed Wallace type of thing. But Julius, that's another one. For Julius, I would also say a Blake Griffin.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's another one.
For me, Julius, it's more mental for him over anything. So I would like him just to go kick it with like Chris Webber. You know what I'm saying? They had similar game, similar style of play. Chris is just, you know, cool, calm, and collected. So right. I mean, the dude dated Tyra Banks. You feel me? Like back in the day. And then he worked for TNT, and now he sells cannabis. You know what I'm saying? He's in the cannabis game. So I mean, like to me, he just checks a lot of boxes. As someone you just want to just chill with. You know what I mean? Just someone you just want to pick their brain. It's not necessarily you got to be on the court showing them different moves and stuff like that though, but just talk to the guy, kind of just figure him out, just things like that. So that's kind of who I wouldn't even want to work out. I would just want to just hang out and just chill. So for me, it would be a Chris Webber.
Chris Webber's not a bad one. Similar game in a sense. Chris Webber was a very good passer, very good ball handler, very good in the mid range. Could shoot. He's a pretty much good around power forward. He's more of a dribbler, if anything, a face up. So I think he'd be a good mentor for Julius. DSJ said I'd like you to take a Zach Randolph. That would be good too. Both lefties. They both have more of that muscle game. That bully type of game. So that would be a good one. Zach Randolph.
Yep. C-Max says Ron Artest.
He said what?
He said Ron Artest.
He said oh.
he's trolling though. He's trolling though because he's too much of a head case. You know what I'm saying? We trying to steer Randle the opposite direction and not into more, mayhem. So I'm gonna go ahead and pass on that one.
Yeah, the guys that we used to have on the Knicks would be good. I think a Kurt Thomas would be good. Not that they played similar, but just I don't know, just because he's a veteran. Just any type of veteran teaching, but especially in Julius Randle's sense. I actually think Blake Griffin would be good for. I don't know. In a way, I actually think he'd be good for a Randle, in my opinion. I can't really see. I'm trying to think of any. Maybe an Antoine Jameson. Yeah, maybe Antoine Jameson. I'm trying to think what guys could be a good. Maybe a Jameson. I mean, at this point in Randle's career, you think it would be good for him? You think it'd be okay with him to work with anybody? I mean, well, that's a dumb question. Yeah, that's a dumb question. Because Melo worked.
Yeah, I was gonna say he worked out Melo a couple years ago, or when it was Hoodie Melo. I mean, that's where he got that. That's where he got that step back.
Yeah, no, but Amari. I mean, Amari worked with Hakeem Olajuwon, and Melo worked with him too, and they're around the same age, 20 when they was about 28, 29. They worked with Hakeem, so I can't really say that. So you're right. I'm just trying to think what veteran guys would fit his game. A Jameson would be good. A Randolph would be good, and a Blake would be good, I think, for Randle. And of course, the other fundamental guys. I think a KG would be good for him too. Like you said, Chris Webber. All those guys would be good for a Randle. They'd be good to give him a nice class. Yeah. Hakeem might be good too, or if you're talking big men.
Mm. It's kind of harder for the older vets, you know what I mean, because they're kind of stuck in their ways. But if you hear from someone who's been there and done that, they kind of open their ears up, you know what I mean, and not just closing and not listening to what the guys are saying. So I hear you.
Right.
What about a D Rose?
D Rose?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so who to work with? I don't think D Rose needs anybody to work with. At this point in his career, nobody.
Yeah. To me, it's his injury history. You know what I mean? Remember when Stat used to take those wine baths? You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah, I remember.
Yeah. So like things like that. So for me, it would be going and talking to someone who had multiple injuries, kind of like a CP3. When he had that torn meniscus in 2010 and just messed up his shoulder in the playoffs, and just things that you could work on to take care of your body so you could have you could be around for a while. And Tony Allen would be another one, the grind father, someone who was constantly hurt, someone who was constantly battling injuries and always rehabbing. He had knee injuries, a torn ACL, torn MCL, and then he went on after that to earn a 3-time Defensive Player of the Year, all NBA. So 5 out of those 6 seasons with the Grizzlies, he had all those setbacks, but he just kept coming back. And then he had the Celtics win a chip back in 2008. So just someone like that who's just been riddled with injuries and just was the comeback king.
Right.
It made a difference. It wasn't just like he was just on the roster. He made a difference. He was a role player.
Right.
So that's kind of what we're asking from Rose right now. We're not asking him to be the guy, just be a guy that could be that
Oh,
can stick
absolutely.
around, that can stick around and just, put his 2 cents in.
Yeah, absolutely. I could agree.
Yeah. So I just want the, longevity from D Rose. Just play your, 12, 12, 14 minutes, and then get your butt back on the bench.
Right.
Kind of deal.
That's why
So
he's good for 15 minutes at this point in his career. Help a playoff team. He could help a contender right now. I guess I'm with you finally on the whole if you trade Rose thing. Even though I love Rose, but I just want to get some talent here, man.
but for 14 milli, like I'm okay, in the beginning, if we're winning, but if we start going through that, into a deep dark hole and we can't win and it's trade deadline, buy, 14 milli for
Right.
someone who's gonna run the second unit.
Expendable? You saying it's expendable? 14 million?
Yeah, 14 milli.
Easily expendable?
hmm And don't get me wrong, I like Rose. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I'm not attached. I'm not attached to none of these players. Like I like them. I like different types of their games, what they bring to the table, and their styles and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, if we could get a better player, then buy. You know,
Right. Um. Yeah. I mean, speaking of better player, um, you know, at this point now, the Knicks have picked up talks again. You want to talk about that, or you want to get to that later?
who's that?
I said, speaking of better player, trade. Speaking of that, the Knicks have picked up talks again. With
Oh, yeah.
yeah, you want to get into that, or you want to get to that another
I
time?
mean, go ahead, talk about it.
No, I mean, well, what do you think, man? Do you think what no team has an offer the Jazz want? Think that's what it is?
I think Ainge is greedy, and he's a
Greedy?
blood sucking vampire that wants it all. So until he gets a deal that's appetizing, then he just gonna just drag this on out, drag it on out. I mean, Mitchell hasn't requested a trade, so till then, I mean, he should just do it. If I was Mitchell, I would just do it. Just say it out, publicly say it. Send me to New York, to the Knicks, not just not Brooklyn, but send me to the Knicks. And then it is what it is. Everybody knows. I mean, not everybody knows, but a lot of people are expecting that to happen anyway. So just say it. I mean, the city of New York will love you. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
I don't know. That's just me though. I don't think it'll tarnish his reputation or anything like that. A lot of players say they want out. So just say it, like just rip it off like a band-aid. Just say it and get it done and over with.
Yeah, I think. I mean, I don't know. I'm 50-50 on the move, man. I would like the move. I don't know. It makes you just question why didn't you guys just draft the man? Like why? You know? It just makes me think. Just why couldn't y'all just make it easy? Just draft the guy to begin with.
Yeah, but there's nothing we can do about that though now. But and like I mentioned before, we probably would have ended up drafting DSJ anyways because he went to the Mavs right after us. So we would have missed out on him regardless. The way I look at it.
It just set us back so bad. Oh man, we needed him
Mm.
way more than the Jazz. But yeah, you're right. Take a
Yeah.
peek at that Paul George trade a few years ago. Went to OKC. That one.
Well,
Mm-hmm.
they're saying RJ's in the deal now that they want RJ. I'm
Who's
willing to do that though. I mean, you can't. At the end of the day, you can't pay everybody. You know what I mean?
right?
You can't pay everybody. IQ's contracts coming up. Obi's contracts coming up. I mean, Cam's contracts coming up. Are you going to pay everybody? No, just bring in a all-star, solidify your backcourt, and keep it pushing. I mean, that's kind of how I'm looking at it.
Yeah, you can't pay like you said. You can't pay everybody. Um,
It's a business. People want to get paid, and I don't blame them. You know.
yeah. Nah, I hear you on that one. Yeah.
And if you like some of these lids your boy's rocking right here, and these shirts, the Too Smooth, look your boy up on IG, Too Smooth Clothing _ TOO Smooth TH Clothing _ and I'll shoot you the price. I got the ladies line out there too, Smooth Her. It's hot out there right now. I got the tank tops for the ladies, different colors like what y'all see right here. So you got the chameleon because you got to blend in, what I'm saying, wherever you at. So yeah, check your boy out. So who else we want to talk about? What about the new addition to the team, the Isaiah Hartenstein? iHeart.
There's another guy with game. Another guy, he plays smaller than the center. But actually, no, he plays like a center, but he could probably bounce him around between power forward and center. I think he might be a good glue guy for a team. Hopefully if we get competitive, he'd be perfect for us. Because he's a guy that can pass. He's pretty damn solid, man, for a big. I just want to see I want to see what Tibbs does with him. Tibbs might take a liking to him.
Number 16.
He might take a liking to him, and he may give him a lot of run. I don't know who he's going to put him in there with. So I can't really call it. I don't know what rotations he's going to use. But I just know they got him all based off analytics. That's one thing I know. It's the Knicks scout based off analytics. So see how that goes.
So are you on the hype train with iHeart, and as far as him, maybe taking Mitchell Robinson's starting position?
Not necessarily, but not necessarily, but if I know how Tibbs moves, and if he takes a liking to you, he's gonna put you in. So it can happen. I think it can happen. I'm not gonna count it out. I think Tibbs may mess around and put him in the starting spot.
Yeah, I don't know about all that. Tibbs loves defense, and
iHeart gives you that too, though. He gives you that too.
Yeah, but Mitchell Robinson gives that rim protection as far as nobody challenging him. You know what I mean? So there's a difference of whether you get challenged or you don't get challenged. You know what I mean? So, and I've said it, so many times, like having a rot or a pit in your yard that's chained up. Someone's gonna go in there, but if he's loose, ain't nobody going in there. Yeah, that's how Mitch is. He just roams. He roams the paint like a loose pit. Like a loose pit, no one's going in there.
Do you see the analytics around this guy though? This guy, he same thing. Nobody's gonna. He's a good. What's the thing I'm looking for? I think field goal percentages was down when iHeart was on the floor, if I'm not mistaken. So he technically would provide the same thing. I'm not gonna say better than Mitch, but I just know if he's out there and he's scoring too, and dribbling the ball and making passes, doing things that Mitch doesn't do, I know for sure Tibbs is gonna take a liking to him. I just know.
Right, but you got to look at the teams he was on though too. You know what I'm saying? The Denver Nuggets playoff team, the Cavs playoff team. Just they had a better surrounding supporting cast. You put iHeart on our team last year. I don't think he's doing a better job than what Mitchell Robinson did.
Oh, of course not. Well, then I can't say that, but I don't know. I can't say not a better job, but I just know he'd give you a different look than Mitch.
Yeah, right. That's all. And I agree with you on that. Like he's gonna give a different look. He's a way better passer. You know what I'm saying? So just that whole element and just keeping the defense honest, whether he could not take you off the bounce like shake or bake you, but he could get to the rack. You know what I'm saying? He could put the ball on the deck and get to the the rim. So like you mentioned, bringing a different element. Yeah, but as far as like racking up stats, like I don't know about all that.
I don't know if he's gonna rack up stats. However, I just know he's gonna play his role pretty well. That's all I can say. I think he'll play his role exceptionally well.
Yeah, and salute to the chat. You know what I'm saying? You want to salute some more cats in the chat. I know Jay Boogie wanted the link.
Drop the link down there for Jay Boogie.
Unc is gonna pop up in a little bit, and he's gonna throw the link out in a couple minutes. You know what I'm saying?
Salute my man Drip Moore. Ron from Still Knicks, he popped in. Salute my guy. Check out Ron. The show on Saturdays. Salute. Knicks 100, a GM. Salute. A lot wise. Jay Boogie. Salute, man. Pleasure to have y'all tuning in. My man DSJ. He said Cully music is still needed. You ain't off the hook. I got you, man. Once I start, getting to some money again, I'm definitely getting back in the studio. He said, "Sub, well, let's hear you on a feature just to see what you got." So he wants to hear some stuff.
You stay in my lane.
Nah, this is your lane.
You don't embarrass me on no track. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, it's all good, man. It's all good. Get on the feature, man. Yes, he wants you.
I'm gonna leave it to the professionals. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna leave it to y'all.
All right, man. If you say so,
man. I can't wait to hear the next ones, though. I can't wait to hear the next ones. Since we talked about iHeart, then we talked a little bit about Mitchell Robinson. So we talked about iHeart. So who would you like iHeart to be working out with then? I mean, he already worked out with the two-time defending, MVP. Got to pick his brain. So I mean, does he really get any better than that?
Wait, which
iHeart, the Joker, because he was.
Yeah, he's going to play on the Joker, right?
Yeah. So as far as setting guys up, running the offense through them at the 3-point line, finding cutters, I don't know. Does it get any better than that? Or I mean, you could go after the Gasol brothers, Pau Gasol.
Well, I don't know. When I think of the Gasol brothers, when I think of them, I think of scorers. So I mean, yeah, technically you can. But I don't know. I don't look at him as a scorer. I look at him more as all around. I look at him more as an all around fundamental big, like a guy that could defend, maybe give you like 10 points, the most 11. He can shoot. So yeah, I don't know. That's what I think of. I think of an all around guy. So I don't know. He could work with the Gasol brothers to elevate his game. Yeah, I could go with that one.
Yeah, because I think Powell was ranked third as far as big mans with like 3,000. Close to 3,000. I think 95 is what he finishing off.
Hey, I heard we were talking about iHeart.
Yeah, I said iHeart 3 times and he pulled up.
Yeah. Oh man, wait! I have my Jokic. Wait, I have my heart. Wait, let me just put my Hartenstein jersey on. Wait.
Hey Boogie, what's going on, man?
What's going on, gents? How y'all doing this late night, man?
Good,
real late before the morning come. What's good?
What's going on, brother? Good to hear from you, man.
Just sitting here watching these females play, you know what I'm saying? And matter of fact, shout out to our Liberty squad. That's the only reason why the Barclays is still open. Besides that, it's a YMCA.
Shout out to Sabrina. How you say it's Linescu?
Yeah.
Shorty's a bucket, man.
Yeah. She's a real bucket, man.
Bucket.
So I was hearing you were talking about how Hartenstein was learning behind Jokic.
Right.
He took that. How do I put this? It was really interesting because when they traded Hartenstein to the Cavs, literally the next game he had his career high in assists, which is 7 games against Rudy Gobert. Just literally the next game, he took everything he learned with Jokic, the no-look passing, all of it, and he put it in his game immediately. It's amazing. It's amazing. I can't wait to see him play for the Knicks, man. I can't wait. Now
is he a face you up player out on the perimeter, or does he not really look to do that?
No, he doesn't. That's not his game. So that's not his game. It's not a face up game. He's a screen and roll type game, right? Okay. So like at dribble handoffs, where he'll go for the dribble handoff, he'll fake it, cut back door, and then hit the passer, right? Or then hit the next roller. Everything runs around him. So he has the ball, and he just looks for cutters that way, right? So that's how he doesn't really face up. That's not his game. If he has it in that position, he's more likely to bring it out, make a 3-point shot. That's just not his game. He doesn't face up like that.
Yeah, because I didn't see anything like that. That's why I asked. I only caught a couple games. Yeah. And then after that, it was all highlights, and I didn't get a chance to see.
He goes for the most efficient shots. So like shots at the rim, 3-point shots. He does not take mid-range shots. At least he'll take a floater, but it won't be a mid-range shot. That's just not his type.
I did see he took a lot of floaters. It's like he doesn't want to challenge the guy at the rim.
Well, you know why he took so many floaters? He hits his floater at the same rate as Jokic at 23 years old. I think he was top 3 in the entire NBA in floater percentage this season at 61%. He hit Hartenstein hit his floater at the same rate as Jokic at 23 years old, and it was amazing. Like, it became a joke how often he hit his floater. It was like an automatic shot.
It was like IQ his rookie year. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The floater game. But that's what kind of made me nervous. Was like he was trying to just avoid that contact. It's kind of how I looked at it, though. He was just avoiding that contact against another 7-footer.
I wouldn't say that. If you hit a shot at 61%, is Jokic avoiding the? I don't think so. I think he's just hitting. That's his shot, right? That's his patented little shot, his floater shot.
And then the only time I'd see him go into the paint, hard in the paint, is when no one was there. And then he'd yam it and then like kind of flex and then get the crowd.
Well, there was a one dunk when he dunked on LeBron where he dribbled handoff, he faked the handoff, and then he beat LeBron off the dribble and then dunked on him. So that was fun. But yeah, he can get to the paint and finish it at the paint. That's one of his best skills. He shot 75% in the paint range in 0 to 3 feet. That's like the same rate as Shaq for his career. Like, his finishing ability at the rim is very, very high, a very high level. He just has an amazing touch at the basket. So it's kind of finesse, but he also has power to it, right? He can finish through contact.
Yeah, when I see them play, it kind of just reminded me of that, Euro type.
Yeah,
play.
well, that's where he learned. That's where he learned it, right? His dad was from Germany. That's where he learned his game. It was like a Euro style type game, right? So, but I can't wait. It's going to be amazing. I can't get over the defense. I can't get over Hartenstein's defense. And I keep on saying this. He was the best rim protector in the entire NBA. I was looking at some of the highlights. There were highlights of him completely destroying the Hornets defensively. There was highlights where he was playing. What's the name of that guy? Miles Bridges.
Yeah, Miles Bridges.
Miles Bridges would try to take him off the dribble. Nothing. Hartenstein would block him. I think he blocked him like 2-3 times in a single game. It was amazing. He's just amazing. His impact on defense, Hartenstein. When you see it, it's hard to explain, but when you see it, it'll be crazy because Hartenstein is the fastest 7-footer in the entire NBA. In terms of, if you look at defensive speed stats, he is the fastest 7-footer in the entire NBA.
I just feel with Mitchell Robinson and Ihart, they just are polar opposites of their style of play. And during practice and training camp, they're just going to be able to pick each other's brains and get the best out of one another. You know what I'm saying?
So, I told you he's a good rim protector. The numbers say he's a.
Well, he's not just a good rim protector though. He's not. It's literally he's the best rim protector. Like, literally, like I can't say that enough. It's like you can say good rim. Like, he literally saved the most points per 100 possessions at the rim in the entire NBA, and the second was Rudy Gobert.
But
right?
Noel's is kind of the same thing though. Noel's will get a lot of blocks too because people will challenge him at the rim.
Yeah, but Noel is nowhere close to on that list.
A lot of people are like, oh, Noel's a better rim protector because he gets more blocks. No, he gets challenged more than Mitchell Robinson. Mitchell Robinson doesn't get that many blocks because nobody wants to go and attack him. That's kind of what I'm getting at. You know. So if you look at the numbers are kind of a little faulty at that.
Well,
point.
I mean, like, you would say it's faulty, but the second in, like, on rim protections, it's Rudy Gobert. Like, and it's every single other player. Like, you could say they're faulty, but I don't think they are. I think they're accurately measuring his defense. It's just that because he was a second round pick and nobody really expects anything from Hartenstein, it's 5th team in 5 years. No one really looks at that seriously. But if the numbers are what the numbers are, like, his rim protection, he's the best rim protector in the NBA, Isaiah Hartenstein. And
shout out to Leon for finally bringing somebody else in that does something totally different from what everybody else does. I've been so tired of so many of these same guys pretty much They really could just put on the same jersey and be the same player, you know what I'm saying? But now we got somebody that can run the floor and stretch the floor on the defensive end. A lot of people can't stretch the floor on the defensive end, but this guy can stretch the floor on the defensive end, on the offensive end, run the floor, protect the rim, knock down mid-range, can flash to the basket, can knock down a long shot. And he's a smart ball player. He's not going to do anything too much, you know what I'm saying, out of hand that's going to hinder the team. So, finally, Leon, bringing people amongst this team, that's different from other people. That's what we need, different type players, the teardrop off top, you know what I'm saying? Mark Jackson created that floater because he didn't have no hops, you know what I'm saying, to get above the rim. So he just, just straight up like that, man. Shout out to Mark, man.
Yeah.
That's true, though, because the game planning now, that it was so predictable last year, like Jay Boogie mentioned, we had 3 carbon copies of the same centers.
Yeah.
So you could just, whoever you threw in there, you knew what you were going to get out of each lineup. So now the game plan is going to be totally different with iHeart on the.
Well, one of the things I want to really stress is that the NBA has never actually had a player like Isaiah Hartenstein. No, there's never been a player this versatile, this good at passing, this good at scoring. Even if you look at a player like Joakim Noah, who's I would say is a comparison to Hartenstein. Joakim Noah could not score. He was not efficient at the basket. He had no floater. He had no ability to put the ball in the basket. Right? He had no shot at all. He was a great defensive player, but he just didn't have. He had the passing and the defense, but he didn't have the scoring.
Yeah.
Hartenstein is the complete package. He doesn't have any real weaknesses where he has the scoring, he has the passing, he has the defense, he has the switchability on defense. He's the most versatile 7-footer in the NBA. There was a stat that came out, who are the most versatile defensive players. Hartenstein was the most versatile defensive 7-footer in the entire league.
We got 82 games. We got 82 games, and we Knicks fans, so we're gonna pull the microscope out and just dissect every single thing he did do and did not do. So only time will tell as what Hartenstein could be with the Knicks, though. But I get it. That's why a lot of us is hyped, though, because like you mentioned with that Joakim Noah comparison, we saw how Tibbs was able to use him in his system. So just like we mentioned, just bringing a different element to the game is going to just open up the whole playbook as far as making guys better and getting them in their spots and just finding headers and stuff like that. So I mean.
This is another thing. Don't sleep on Hartenstein's ability to be a high volume scorer if given the shots. Because in the G League, at 21 years old, he scored 25 points per game on 69% true shooting. So he scored at will in the G League, right? And this was at 21 years old, right? So over time, there's a possibility that he just needs more shots because we just haven't seen him been given the opportunities. So don't sleep on him being a high volume scorer in the offense. I'm not saying it's going to happen this season, but there's a possibility he becomes that high volume type scorer for you as well as everything else.
I'm not doubting the scoring part as much as I am the defensive part as far as Mitchell Robinson because Mitch is just an athletic.
But Mitch jumps on every pump fake. It's he gets out of position. Yeah. He's not a smart defensive player. And that's why Hartenstein, his ceiling is so much higher defensively because Hartenstein's actually smart. He reads the game. He reads passing lanes. Mitchell Robinson, he's all activity, which is why the defense, when the Knicks played, the defense was better when Mitchell Robinson was off the floor. With the Clippers, when Hartenstein was on the floor, the Clippers were the best defense in basketball. That's the difference. In terms of on-off stats. And that was true of every single year of Hartenstein's career. Even with the Nuggets, playing with 5'10" Facundo Campazzo. When Hartenstein was on the floor, the Nuggets were the best defense in basketball. The Nuggets had a better defensive rating than Rudy Gobert, playing with 5'10" Facundo Campazzo. It was amazing.
We're going to get a chance to see all of them play because we're talking about 7-footers running up the court, banging, you know what I'm saying, just getting nicks and bruises and all those types of things and getting into foul trouble. So we're going to get a chance to see what all these centers do. And I wouldn't be surprised if we bring another one in because we usually do have 4 centers in camp.
Training camp, yep.
Yep. So we'll see. You got anything you want to add, Kelly? Or you want to move on to Mitchell Robinson or somebody else?
Move on to Mitchell Robinson.
All right. So we kind of just doing comparisons, or who would you like these guys to be working out with, and what kind of things would you like them to add to their bag, this summer before training camp starts. So for Mitchell Robinson, y'all have someone y'all would like him to be working out with this summer?
That's a good question.
I would love to see love to see him working out with somebody like Rasheed Wallace.
Yep.
Be honest with you.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? He can give him some tools and stuff, you know what I'm saying, to add things to his game that he definitely don't have. You know what I'm saying? So, that's what I would look at. Somebody like Rasheed Wallace would be real helpful for somebody like Mitch, man, for real.
Yo, Boogie, I said that for all the big men on the Knicks. Rasheed Wallace would be perfect for them. Just fundamentally, just attitude, just little stuff, fundamentals.
Mm-hmm.
Your defense, toughness, all that.
Yep. A bad man. The original.
Yeah, exactly.
The original 3 to the dome.
Yep.
I've just seen Mitch, take threes in workout videos and just working on his handles, but he never really brings that, in season game. So
there was a thing I remember whenever I would go to a Nuggets game, Mason Plumlee, the only thing he would work on and shoot around was threes, and it was the most frustrating thing because it was like you're working on your three, but you're never going to take that shot in the game. Like it's like, why are you even working on it if you're never going to take it? Like you should be working on the shots you take in the games.
Well,
right?
He did cross over Plumlee last year, though. You know what I'm saying? And take him to the rack, though.
Plumlee and iHeart, they play similar. iHeart's better on defense, but they play similar in the sense of like their dribbling. They have pretty decent handle for big men.
Yeah. I would agree with that. The only thing I would disagree is Hartenstein has a higher assist percentage than Plumlee at any point of his career.
Yeah, he's a better passer. Yeah,
so it's like, they're very similar, but it's like Hartenstein is so much
I give it to iHeart.
better. I remember there was actually a game where Hartenstein played Plumlee, I think with the Rockets. Plumlee had 0 rebounds and 2 points in his 12 minutes, and Hartenstein had 16 points and 12 rebounds in under 20 minutes. He just destroyed him, and the Nuggets ended up losing by 26. The Rockets won that game by 26 points because of Hartenstein's impact, I think. I think it was. Yeah, so I think Plumlee comparison is real, but it's kind of like comparing Vlade Divac to Jokic, in my opinion. It's they're very similar players. The passing is there. They're both from Serbia. They're both. But the level is different in my opinion.
Right.
But you're gonna have a good time watching Hartenstein this season.
No, I like dude. I like Hartenstein, man. I like him. He has that I don't know, that David Lee type of game. Just without the scoring, just everything else, the passing.
Yeah, without the post game, because he hasn't really shown a post game at this point.
Yeah, he'll get the ball in the pick and roll. He'll probably get the ball, and if somebody slashes, he'll probably find them. Nice bounce pass or just a nice
no look.
A nice second pass. I could just see that from him.
Yeah, he does the no look pass. So he'll look away and freeze and cross a defender with his eyes. So in that little short roll, he'll throw lobs, throw no look passes. Sorry, I can't help myself.
It's all good. It's all good.
Yeah.
I'm trying to keep it simple for Mitch though, because I just don't feel like he has that, like EG mentioned, the high IQ to do all those multiple things though. So for me, I would keep it simple and go get Dwight Howard. Someone who has similar, strength, similar athleticism. Just use that drop step, use those shoulders, and just yam on somebody.
I still think he should work on his basketball IQ. Where I get it. We don't want to just give up on a young player like that. I think if given time, he can really develop that and become an elite defensive player. Elites, one of the a defensive player of the year type player. I think he should be working out with Draymond Green. I don't know if that's a name, but I think Draymond Green would be anyone that works with Draymond Green in terms of communication, switchability. I don't know. I think that high IQ level defense is what he should be looking at, Mitch Robinson, in order to really get him to the next level. Because there's no reason the Knicks should play better defense without Mitch Robinson on the floor. The reality is the Knicks should be playing better defense with Mitch Robinson, and the fact that they're not, he needs to increase his basketball IQ. And I think working out with like Draymond Green or those type of defenders, maybe like a PJ Tuck, work on his switchability. That's just my opinion on it. But I think that type of communication, just everything. He you know.
You got to remember though, Mitch didn't go to college. Mitch behind a lot of other people. You mentioned iHeart played Euro and stuff like that. So he just doesn't have those natural instincts. His natural instinct is to go block the shot.
Yeah.
So for me, just keeping it simple right now. I mean, if we wanted to, we could just say, "Oh yeah, go work out with Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, learn the sky hook, something like that." But that's something that I don't know why people don't use that move. It's unstoppable.
It's because it's
ugly, but it's unstoppable though.
It's hard to go in. It's hard for it to go in.
Everybody wants style points now.
Yeah.
I just want him to work out with guys that's going to, that can pretty much fit inside Tom's system. Really, it makes no sense to work out and do things with certain guys that's not going to fit inside Tom's system. You pay attention to Towns, Joakim Noah, and and all his bigs play somewhere between the top of the key and the 3-point line. So that's why I say he needs to, learn how to play and develop his game up under somebody that know how to play in those positions, being that we playing inside Tom's system. Now, if it's a different system where it's just a post play and all that, guys like Dwight Howard, that would fit. But we don't even do no posting in our office. Yeah. Everything is just high pick and roll, and 3-point shots. Ain't nobody posting up. Time from time, Julius might do it, but outside of that, we don't have no post up, play going on.
Well, especially the post up. Really, the only value of a post up is passing out of the post, right? Because a post up shot is not very efficient. The most valuable part about a post up is passing out of the post. So that's why you don't even want to consider posting up Mitch Robinson. Even if he can hit his sky hook at a really high rate, he doesn't have the passing ability, right? So that passing aspect of the post up, that's out of the game. So especially I don't know. I wouldn't really worry about his post game that much.
That's how the game has changed from nowadays to how it used to be. Back in the day, you get cussed out for passing that ball out that paint. If you down in the paint to finish a basket and you pass that ball out there, guys will get on you about that. But now, everything is a run and catch to the 3-point line. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's what today's game is, which I don't knock it. It's real entertainable because the way these guys is knocking down shots is incredible. But, I just grew up watching a different era, different type breed, when you get that paint.
Yeah, the inside out game, you know what I'm saying? Kick it down to the big and then go to work. And then that double comes and kick it right back out. And they don't play the inside out game no more. So I hear you.
Well, actually, I'm a Nuggets fan, so we do a little bit. That's the Nuggets do it quite a bit because they run through everything through Jokic, which is it's very inside out type of way in that way. But other than like some teams, it's completely gone.
If we don't have a big as skilled as Jokic, I don't want to see the team running through a big at all.
But you do have one as skilled as Jokic.
But he's too lit for New York, you know what I'm saying? Remember he said that, Kelly?
Say what?
And the joke, he's too lit for New York.
Yeah, that's what he said.
And plus, we just got him off the books right now, too.
I like Noah. Just not for that contract, but I like him.
Yeah.
I like Noah a lot because he had that toughness, but that's neither here nor there right now.
Yeah.
It's like you always say, we get him too late. What is it? We get him.
We always get a coach or player about we always get him like a year too late.
Yeah.
Every time we get him a year too late. When we should have had him, we didn't get him. It happens every time. We should have had Tibbs when Phil Jackson was here. That's when we should have had Tibbs. I mean, I'm not knocking him now, but the thing is, Phil Jackson had Hornacek running the triangle. Tibbs wouldn't have ran no triangle.
No.
So he couldn't have told Tibbs to do that. Tibbs ran. And then we had Derrick Rose and we had Noah. We had Tibbs guys and we had Courtney Lee. We had guys that was Tibbs guys. So I think the team would have been better. And then you have Porzingis blocking everything. Porzingis he was balling that year. That year that Rose was here, that first year he was balling. So we would have had a good team.
I remember like Porzingis. You remember when Porzingis had a high, like super high ceiling, and everyone thought he was going to be amazing? That was good times. Good times. I was super high. There was a post that I made on Reddit that I said Porzingis had a higher ceiling than Jokic back when they were rookies. Which is.
I can see why, but I can see why because of the defense. He gets out blocks. He's not a bad scorer. He's not. I don't think he's not as strong as Jokic, but he can shoot the three. He has the range.
But this is why passing is so powerful. I'm telling you, like it changes everything. When you can pass the ball, they can't double you. Every time you touch the ball, there's a threat of a layup. Well, not just a long two, a layup. So like no one can help on you. Everyone's scared of like, oh, if I help off, then like now it's my fault, right? So now it's 1-on-1. Everything's 1-on-1.
The Rock moves faster than any player can. So
yeah. But if you're not a good passer, those opportunities become like layups for the other team, right? So if you're not a good passer, you better not even try it because it becomes a layup for the other team. So it's like it's a high risk, high reward type play of system, right?
No, I could agree. It's one thing the passing too, but it's also the talent too. You need the talent to help.
Yeah.
Jokic. I mean, I'm not gonna say Jokic. I'm not taking his credit away, but he has some good help over there. Porzingis, like we had that type of talent too. I mean,
defend help because the Nuggets are the worst team in basketball when Jokic is off. Define help, man. Like they're literally the worst team in basketball when he's off the floor.
Absolutely. I mean, guys like Jamal Murray.
Yeah, Murray. Yeah.
Jamal Murray healthy, I think it's pretty. Will Barton when he's healthy. Yeah. Guys that hit big shots and make some plays. I mean, just guys like that. I mean, they lost a lot of guys. Michael Porter went out. I think he was starting to become something.
Yeah.
They never used Bol. I never really understood that. I mean, they were still competitive without him. But
I do understand why they didn't use Bol. Okay, when Hartenstein was on the Nuggets. If I look at the net rating, when Bol was on the team, they had a -30 net rating. So they were like worse than the worst team in history when Bol was on this. Like Bol couldn't defend anybody. He was like a traffic cone. Like there was this one play where the player just went by Bol, but Hartenstein was on the floor and Hartenstein came out of nowhere and blocked the shot. It was like Hartenstein was like moving past Bol to block. It was amazing. It was like. It was just. Bol is not good. at least he wasn't as a rookie. You need to give players time to develop, and Bol never got that time. But even then, he had a lot of growing pains to do. He was not an NBA level player, at least.
I respect the Joker's game all the way to the fullest because he know what he is and he know what he got, and he doesn't try to do anything different about his game. And when I look at the Joker, you know what I'm saying, I think about Porzingis. If he would have stayed to his craft and not allow people to get inside his head and get in his ear talking about, yo, you need to bulk up, you need to get stronger and all that. See, that's what really messed him up. When your body's not used to carrying a certain amount of weight around, you know what I'm saying? It can affect you. That's the same thing that happened to my man John Wall, trying to bulk up, talking, listening to people talking about get stronger than Kyrie and all these dudes. That's how he blew his injury because his body's not used to carrying this certain amount of weight. You know what I'm saying? If Porzingis would have stayed at his slim weight and doing what he was doing, it's a possibility a lot of them injuries would have never occurred. And that's why I give Joker his respect. Joker don't care about lifting the weights. None of that. He come out there looking like he ain't never in his life touched the weight, but his skill set is way up there. You know what I'm saying? And that's how we was looking at Porzingis with a skill set, can dribble, can run the floor, can shoot the trade. Then you want to do this, listen to these guys. Nah, man, that was.
I still remember Porzingis won the skills competition over Jokic. I remember that. They had that big trophy. It was kind of ridiculous how big it was. But
we had somebody.
Yeah.
If you're not a banger, then you don't need to be bulking up. You know what I'm saying? If you're
Yeah.
not down there banging with the trees, then nah. If your game is out on the perimeter, then
Yeah.
you just work on your shot and your passing, and that's it.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
Reggie Miller never hit them weights. Rip Hamilton never lift them weights. But what they used to tell you, I'm gonna run around this floor. You gonna chase me. You gonna follow me everywhere you go until your tongue fall out. That's my strength, running. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah. Well, basketball is about putting the ball in the basket. It's not about like arm wrestling the guy or like beating the guy. It's about putting the ball in the basket, right?
Right.
So,
especially now these days, because the game has changed. It's not 1990 anymore. Where you have the Admirals, Shaquille O'Neal, Patrick Ewing down there. You know what I'm saying? Like
that's right.
Yeah.
Right.
Exactly. I still can't. I still can't get over it. Hartenstein shot almost as good from 3-point as Mitchell Robinson shot from the free throw line last season. I still can't get over that fact. Hartenstein shot almost as good from the 3-point line than Mitchell Robinson from the free throw line. I just can't get over it. I just have to say it.
Wow, I just now noticed the jersey in the back, man.
I'm the only one in the world with the Isaiah Hartenstein jersey. This is a Nuggets number 25 because Mutombo
Are
is
you
number
in Colorado?
55. Huh? Sorry?
Are you in Colorado?
I am in Colorado. Yeah.
That's what's up, man.
I was down there last year for New Year's. Right an hour before the game started, they canceled it because of COVID.
Oh,
I was heated. I was like, oh man. Yep. You guys didn't have enough players. You guys had
enough players. That's funny. Oh man.
So I was like, man, I ain't never going back. I mean, I have to, because if y'all look on the banner behind them, I'm trying to go to every arena, in the NBA, and I've been to 18 of them. So
what's your favorite arena? Probably New York, right?
I was at the Wizards last year, right?
Wizards
in Washington. So let me tell you the story though. So I was in Washington, and I usually like to get the aisle seat. Yeah. So I'm sitting there. I always go to the games early because I like to watch the workouts and kind of the work ethic of how guys are putting up shots. If are they in sync, or are they just playing around, and who's the first one out the the tunnel, and those types of things. Yep. So I'm sitting down there, and there's two girls right next to me. They're just having a good old time. The game starts. Then some other guy just comes down the aisle. He's like, "Oh, I think you're in my seat, right?" I'm like, nah, homie, this is my seat. Check out the ticket. Security comes, and they're like, "Oh, let me see your phone. Let me see it." Somebody sold us the same seat, right? But I was like, "These are your daughters. Go ahead and have the seat. You can sit next to your daughter. I'll go sit over there." You know what I'm saying? Chill. The security guard saw that and moved me down to celebrity row, and I was watching LaMelo. I was watching. I was just like, because I did a good deed. They gave me, what I'm saying, they showed me some love and gave me. I wasn't like in the front row. I was in the third row though.
Yeah.
Four. So
wow.
I was hyped. Like, but,
oh man.
Hey man, I'm not gonna hang out too long, man. I'm getting ready to jump off. I just want to come hang out and rock with y'all for a minute. You know what I'm saying? I miss my brothers. You know what I'm saying? I haven't seen y'all.
It was really nice to meet you, Boogie.
I'm getting ready to take it down. Yeah. Hey, Cully, man, get at me, man. We got some business to handle, man. Some things to get ready to occur. Because don't forget, you remember this certain line, 12 noon, we back 12 in the 2/5, biggest tree in the world filled with presents. Yeah, that's why we made that song like that. So every year it could be an anthem. We're going to shoot that video for this come this November, because that's going to be an all year, every year anthem. You know what I'm saying? We back on Christmas. But you know what I'm saying? Give me a call. Sub, man. Good seeing you. My man down there, EG, man. Keep doing what y'all doing, man. Y'all have a blessed day, man.
Yeah.
I got you, Buggy. I'm holla.
Yeah.
Doubt, man.
I got you, brother.
I heard someone, so if you look at, sorry, I just have to talk one more thing about Hartenstein. If you look at the stats, the one weakness in a Hartenstein game is his rebounding, right? Okay. If you looked at the box score, pure box score numbers, you're like, oh, he's a bad rebounder. That's actually misleading. That's actually really misleading, because Hartenstein contested the most shots per 36 in the entire NBA. He was constantly switching on defense. He contested like every single shot at the rim. Because he contested so many shots, that put him outside of rebounding position. So he didn't get a lot of defensive rebounds. Like, he would force a miss, but he wouldn't get a lot of defensive rebounds. In the G League, when he was in like a drop coverage, his defensive rebounds were crazy. Like we're talking like 16 rebounds per 30. Like he was the best rebounder in the entire G League at 20 years old. Like his rebounding was just crazy when he was in drop coverage. So in a Tibbs system where he's going to be more drop and not as on the like switching on everything, he's going to average. His rebounding is going to go crazy. Like we're talking like one of the best rebounders in the entire league when he finally gets going. Like I'm serious with that. Where just don't be surprised when Hartenstein just has like 20 games out of nowhere. Like I'm serious about that.
This is the
I'm
picture
not.
right here. See how close
Wow, with LaMelo. Wow.
Yeah, I remember that one. So.
Oh man.
So yeah, I ain't never gonna forget that one though. You know what I'm saying? So now that the schedule's out though, so I had planned this last year because I got a timeshare and I usually take my kids on a vacation. So on the next day on January 1st, I submitted to go to Phoenix. Yeah. And the schedule came out, yesterday, and the Knicks are playing
Phoenix on the same day.
So
that's so perfect.
Okay, it worked. It just happened to work out.
Man.
Wait, when did you play Phoenix?
November 20th.
We're on the West Coast.
Yeah, we're on the West Coast. So, like I said, I usually take that Thanksgiving time off because my kids are on break. So I take those days out too. And then Christmas, I get time off the same time they have time off. So
Knicks got a Christmas game this year. They got
last year too.
Yeah. I can't. Who are they playing? The 76ers?
76ers.
Embiid versus Hartenstein. I'm ready for it. I'm ready for it.
I don't know about that one.
Hey, just wait.
No, I mean, I'm rooting for the kid, man. I'm rooting for the kid.
Yeah. Well, he just never got the opportunity. He was the best player on the best team in the G League, and then what did he get out of it? Nothing. They literally cut him. He was literally the best player on the best team, and he never got an opportunity to play. Like it was crazy. It was crazy. So like you have this amazing player. I don't think the NBA is designed for like second round picks to be superstars. I don't think it's designed for that to happen. And it's only happened with Jokic. So they're not ready to, like, if that happens, they're not designed to like find that player that's because it just doesn't happen. It just doesn't happen very often. Right. So it's only happened with Jokic and it's going to happen with Hartenstein, but people are going to be like, how did we miss this? When everything comes out and all these stats turn out to be correct, because every stat confirms that what I'm saying, they're going to ask like, how did they miss this? It's because the NBA is not designed to find superstars in the second round. They're designed to find it in the first round, right? That's where they get guaranteed contracts. In the second round, everything's non-guaranteed. You're not getting minutes consistently. So a player can jump around a lot, right? Because they're not getting playing time. So a player can go from team to team to team and he still have this amazing talent, but because you're not expecting him to be this MVP level player, you're not going to play him. Like from my experience, I saw Jokic come out of nowhere. So I was already expecting it as a possibility. I already had my mind open as a possibility that a second round pick becomes this amazing player. And I just can't wait till you guys see him, because right now I sound crazy. Right now I just sound crazy. But, just wait till you see him play.
The Nuggets have an eye for finding talent for centers, though. That Euro style. They got Nurkic was there as well. Nurkic was
there. Yep.
So they have.
And we also have an eye for trading our talented centers for nothing.
right.
We traded Nurkic and a first round pick for Plumlee. Like Nurkic is like amazing. Hartenstein's better at it in every aspect of the game than Nurkic, but that's neither near or there.
Well, I live out here in Portland, so I see a lot of Nurkic all the time. There.
Yeah. Well, Nurkic, you remember Nurk Fever just came out of nowhere. Like no one was expecting anything from him. He's backup center for the Nuggets. They played him, boom, automatic, like 20, 10 games. Like it's just crazy games, crazy stats, right? But like Hartenstein's better. I'm telling you right now, he's a better shooter. He's a better defender. He's more versatile. He's a better finisher. He's a better scorer than Nurkic. He's a better passer. He's better in every aspect of the game than Nurkic. And I loved Nurkic, but he's better in every aspect of the game. Hartenstein is. And when you see him play, you'll see it.
So. Huh? I said I hope so, because he's wearing a Knicks jersey now.
Yeah. It's going to be a lot of fun. The question is, to me, is like, do the Knicks win a championship now? Like, because they're going to get this superstar level player out of nowhere.
I'm trying to make the playoffs.
The playoffs. No, but that's my question. Is the experience, because Hartenstein's not experienced in playoff basketball yet. So is the experience gap enough? Because he's going to break out with the Knicks, but is his talent enough to override the experience gap to win a championship? I'm not sure if it is yet, but he will win a championship.
Brunson is the only one that's been a proven winner in the playoffs. Someone that can carry the team, someone that and Randle choked, RJ choked. IQ was young. Obi, got limited minutes, so they don't have enough experience out there in playoff settings. So just making it there and learning from the year before when they made it and just taking the next step is kind of where I'm at right now.
Just taking the next step. But I'm telling you, a championship is possible with Hartenstein. I'm just saying it right now. A championship is possible.
Did you see the schedule, Kelly?
I was trying to see. I didn't get to see it yet.
Oh man, it's pretty brutal. There's a couple stretches where we have, like in the beginning, like after the first 6 games, we play the Celtics, the Sixers, the Wolves, the Nets. I mean, and then another stretch we play the Jazz, the Nuggets, the Warriors, the Suns, the Blazers, the Grizzlies, the Bucks. I mean, there's like a couple like different sections where we play nothing but playoff teams. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it just doesn't look good. There's another one where we play the Raptors, the Wizards, the Hawks, the Raptors, the Cavs, the Celtics, the Nets, the Lakers, the Heat, the Clippers, the Sixers. Like that whole stretch, we could just almost lose them all. You know what I mean? I'm not saying that we're going to, but just looking at those teams, those are all playoff teams.
Or with Hartenstein on your team, you can win them all. You can win every single one of those games. I'm telling you, it's. I don't think people understand like how crazy it is. But you'll see. But
you gotta look at chemistry too, though. And is teammates gonna trust him at that point? So it's not just that. We're talking about like Julius Randle being stuck in his ways, where he's kind of like it's my team, or So it's gonna be difficult.
Well, that's completely. That's the beautiful thing. Let me put it like this. So Hartenstein played about 400 minutes with Reggie Jackson. Reggie Jackson was, how do I put this? He was terrible. He was the worst mid-range. Every single time he shot, it was a mid-range shot. His true shooting percentage was below 50%. He was just terrible. When Hartenstein played with Reggie Jackson, the Clippers had the same net rating. It was plus 14. It was the same net rating as Curry and Draymond Green together. Why was it so great? Because Hartenstein is an amazing offensive rebounder. And every single time he gets an offensive rebound, he kicks it out to an open shot. Right? So so Reggie Jackson would miss a shot. He would just rebound, kick it out, open shot. So he plays with everybody. And he doesn't – the Clippers ran nothing through him. You don't have to run plays for him. You don't have to do anything. He's the best rim protector in the NBA. Defensively, he's solid. And then offensively, he just gets offensive rebounds and passes. Right? He doesn't need the ball. Yeah, it's amazing. It's amazing. He can, if you can have amazing net rating with Reggie Jackson, just imagine just playing with Julius Randle. Julius Randle will take a long 2. Hartenstein will rebound that and pass it out for a layup, for an open 3 every single time, and it'll be amazing. I'm telling you guys, it'll be amazing. So I'm probably gonna head out. I don't want to take over your stream.
It's all good. Pleasure having you on.
By the way, if you have any Hartenstein, because I keep on bringing Hartenstein up like this, but no one ever pushes back. I just want someone to be like, hey, here are those numbers. Why not?
I only saw 2 games and then highlights, so I really can't go off too much of what I saw, and that's why I asked you about his face-up game, because I didn't see him.
He doesn't have a face. He does. Well, he does. He had it in the G League, where he would run face-up and he would take his man off the dribble and then score on him with his amazing touch at the basket. But he didn't really show that in the NBA because he hasn't had the green light to show that. So he does have a little bit of a face-up game, like a take his man off the dribble type game. It's pretty raw. It's pretty raw right now. So, but that's it. That's really all he has. Anyway, I'm heading out. Have a good one. Have a good one. Yep.
All right, bro. We'll catch you later.
Yeah, catch it.
All right, so So you didn't have a chance to look at none of the schedules or nothing, huh?
Nah, I never got to. I was trying to look at it a little before the show. I seen it on YouTube. I never got it. Wouldn't load. Didn't load quick enough for me.
Yeah. See, it's brutal. It's brutal, Kelly. So
I said it's intense. I think it was not to cut you off. CP. He posted it. So I tried to look and it wouldn't load. He said, "Yeah, we got a pretty intense schedule." I'm like, "Really?" But I'm like, I like it that way. You know why? Because it'll show us who the Knicks are. I mean, so be it. It'll probably lighten up somewhere in the mid or, like the mid to the late season, end of the season. It'll probably soften up somewhere. But we asked for this. A lot of us Knicks fans think the team is better than what they are. So let's see.
I think it's the same. I think we're pretty much the same as last year, 37 wins.
Me too. Me too. I love
it. Everybody got better. Everybody got better. You know what I'm saying? The Hawks, they brought in DeJounte Murray,
It was a good pickup, right.
And what did they get? I think they got the 9th spot last year or the 10th. It was 9th or 10th.
Yeah, they made the play. Yeah, they went against the Heat. I think it was.
No, they went against the Hornets.
No, I know for the play-in, but I mean they went against the Heat. Yeah. It was like the 10th seed, I believe.
So to me, I think the Hornets losing Miles Bridges, that maybe we could slide into that spot. Right. All those games that we basically lost to the Orlando Magic and OKC. I think we win those games because of Brunson, but we just don't have enough firepower to play against those playoff teams. You know what I mean?
Right.
Maybe the Nets, because they're kind of crumbling right now as well. So yeah, depending on what they do, if Kyrie and KD leave, then that spot opens up as well too. But other than that, I'm like, I just don't see us really taking that next level. I just see us being a play-in.
Right. No, I could agree.
What's good?
I even see who popped in.
What's up?
Rob,
What's good?
What up, brother?
I know you be traveling, Rob. You was at the Summer League in Vegas. I know you hype about this schedule and what games you going to.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna make a couple though, but yeah, I was just going through. I must caught the podcast like in the middle because it was a guy talking about Hartenstein.
Yeah, he just dipped right now. Like, don't get him started because
I think everybody made him feel bad, man. I hope nobody
he ain't gonna stop.
Oh man, my dude is delusional. Because while he was talking, I was looking at the stats. I said, okay, well, maybe something that I missed. And he just must have caught Hartenstein on good games because he averaged 1.5 assists for his whole career. And 0.3 offensive rebounds a game and 5 points a game for his career. I thought he was talking about something that this guy was like really gonna bring in. From what I've seen, he ain't all that. He's a good backup. As far as defensively, he can't hold the candle to Mitch as far as you're looking at the stats. And his shooting ain't too much different than Mitch's. So they both came in the league the same time. And when the way he was just dogging Mitch, I thought I was really looking at something when I was going to see these stats or some type of potential or anything. I haven't seen anything.
Right.
Besides, let's see what he's going to do when he plays.
Mm-hmm. And then not to mention, though, the market itself set him for $8 million. You know what I mean? Like, we got him for $8 million. We weren't fighting anybody, to get him for that deal.
Because
if he was that good, then other teams would have been on board on picking him up as well.
Right.
Yeah, it seems as though he just falls into the realm that, you can give him a certain amount of minutes, and then after that, he goes more south than north, so he starts falling back a little because it seems like though that his minutes is being controlled. And then he was saying give him more minutes, but it doesn't look like as far as his career looks like that you're going to get more production. Looks like he got a certain amount of minutes that he'll be good in, like like a good backup, because he's been in the league. Teams could have offered him some money like they did Mitch about the same time, but he got like 8, for 2 years. So I don't really see like, what a big jump is gonna be, like you said. Let's just see him play.
You know what it is, Rob? I'm just rooting for the kid, man. That's all it is. I'm just rooting for him. He's in a Knicks jersey, so it's like I'm not even thinking about the stats. But I mean, dude's a fan of Hartenstein. I'm not gonna fault him for that. We all got players we're fans of, so I'm cool with it. I just want to see.
Yeah, but when you bash another player to up your player and they both on the same team, that's what caught my eye. If he just would have talked about Hartenstein, okay, but you don't bash Mitch for Hartenstein, and because then that's where you get the pushback. If he would have just talked about what Hartenstein can do, but you're comparing him to every step in his career to Mitch, and he doesn't level up to Mitch right now. He doesn't level up to Mitch as far as the stats is concerned, maybe the free throw shooting, but in any other category, and maybe he's 1.5 assists, and I think Mitch might be under 1 if you want to consider that. But at every other category, he falls short. So I'm like, okay, just like, if you like your player, speak your player. But as all Knicks fans, you don't take one to kill the other one. You can take him and you can match him up against like Biombo or somebody like that, and say, well, he's better than him. But when you comparing him to your own teammate, then you just want to trash your guy. I'm not a big fan of that.
Okay, no, I hear you on that one.
I think he helps out on stretch fives like Vucevic and guys like that out there that Mitch is unable to guard, or he's unable to bring those guys out on the perimeter as well when Mitch is out there. So as far as bringing that different element to the game, I think he does bring that though. And not to mention Mitch is always in foul trouble, so we're gonna see plenty of Hartenstein this year.
Yeah, but Mitch really wasn't in foul trouble last year.
Yeah, not like he was in his prior years. Not like prior years.
Yeah, Mitch wasn't in foul trouble last year. What he had about 2 foul-out games?
Well,
out of 72?
It's not just fouls though, but it's him just playing hard, giving 110%, running up and down the court. He's gonna need a breather, regardless. Like
no doubt.
Yeah, he's going. So that's what I'm saying. Like these guys are gonna get plenty of burn throughout the whole season. Now, what they do at that time is totally up to him though. So I just can't wait to see what this guy got.
Yeah, let's see.
Now the hype train left the station, so.
Yeah, I seen him when he played with the Clippers and something. It wasn't nothing that jumped off the screen to me then. I was familiar with the guy, but nothing like jumped off the screen when you look at that. Because I'm still looking for the fact that guy can still get beat out by Sims.
Yeah, and it's not just fouling out, but when you catch 2 quick ones, you know what I'm saying, or that's kind of what I'm getting at. Is when you get into foul trouble, but you don't necessarily foul out. You know what I mean? That's kind of
yeah. But in your 4th year, when you get in situations like that, you got to still know how to play through it. You catch 2 early ones, you never know what type of break you're gonna get in the game. But the professionals learn to play through it and still remain on the floor and still be able to remain somewhat aggressive in your style of play. And Mitch showed last year that he can do that. And this year's going to probably be better.
Yeah.
I'm not a guy that think that Mitch need to be shooting a 3 anyway. I'm not that guy. I'm like, do what you do best.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Right. Yeah. Master of craft before you move on to the next one. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, like I don't want him shooting the 3, but I wish I like to see Mitch attempt.
Rob the Nick in the building.
There's a free Uncle Freezy.
What's that, man?
Uncle Freezy.
Damn. Yeah, man.
What it do?
That's
Man. Y'all think y'all think the Knicks would have paid that dude $8 million to be a quality backup?
That's what I said. I'm like he was $8 million on the market. I mean, we didn't set the market. I mean, the market spoke for itself.
They wanted that dude, bro. They wanted him bad.
who Hartenstein?
Yeah.
Well, look, the Knicks get guys based off a piece of paper. They love analytics. That's where the Knicks get their guys from, based off analytics. They love analytics, yo. They don't go off a skill and who really could make an impact. They like paper, like analytics, computers.
I was gonna say, because if they just needed a backup center, well, they could have just kept Noel at the same price. And Noel know the system, and you saw Noel thrive in this system.
He did.
If they just needed a quality backup center, that's what Noel is.
I'm surprised you didn't say Biyombo. That's your guy.
Oh, I love Biyombo because of asset management. I love the price of Biyombo because I can get 3 or 4 Biyombos for what I got for Hartenstein.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I could just wait till I can let Sims be the backup until December. And then, you know what I'm saying, then go get them veterans on prorated contracts. You know what I'm saying? That way I won't have to worry about them getting hurt in training camp. Basically, I don't have to worry about them doing a Nerlens Noel. Getting hurt early and then don't play during the season.
They won't disappoint you. They'll just get hurt in the first game that you're playing.
They still gonna get hurt, right? Regardless, right?
Yeah, regardless.
Yeah.
The first game, you put them in there.
Yeah, man. Nah, I feel you. I feel you. I think the Hartenstein thing has some legs to it, but it's not. I don't think it's exactly what EG is saying. But I think there's something to it. I think the kid has some type of potential. Because at a bare minimum, you know what you could have done, Cully?
What's that?
You could have drafted a second round big. You could have drafted a second round big instead of Kills. If you knew you just needed a big, right? Just a live body. Because has Sims not shown you that he's a quality NBA player?
Yes, he has.
Right. So you could have played Mitch and then Sims and then brought in another live body to back up Sims. You know what I'm saying? Or go get a guy off the. You can find a Luka Garza off the scrap heap anywhere, bro. In my opinion.
Yeah, but it's like Rob said earlier. We're tired of having the same carbon copies of the centers. You know, we need something else. We need a different element.
But Luka Garza.
Oh, Luka Garza. Oh,
yeah,
you're talking about,
yeah.
He's unproven though.
No, I'm talking about the player model.
Oh, okay.
I'm talking about the player model. The I don't want to say Jokic because come on, man, ain't no Jokic's out there.
No.
You know what I'm saying? But I'm talking about that backup center that can screen good, pass good, rebound in his area good, hit his free throws kind of 70, 69, 70%. You know what I'm saying? Be healthy.
Right.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
If you draft a guy like that, then he's gonna get limited minutes. If that, it's just he's just waiting for the opportunity for someone to get hurt before he gets some playing time. So, like, yeah, he probably
you kind of want a guy that's been around the league. That's why I think that Hartenstein, he fits good because once you know the league, then getting somebody straight as a rookie that has to learn the league, even though in limited minutes, you still know the league. And you know you got a little niche right there. So
you talking about the professional backup.
Yeah.
I know what you're getting at, man. I don't have no problem.
Because you got a young Sims, you know what I'm saying? You got a young Sims. So you don't want nothing younger than him. So you get that seasoned professional backup.
Right.
And then you use him as such.
You talking about a Taj Gibson.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, a Taj. But hey, OG, I agree with your point, bro. I agree with your point.
Yeah.
I don't co-sign that bashing one teammate for another if you like one over another. I understand that. I don't think that's what EG was doing. I just think EG is a homer for Hartenstein. I think EG is Hartenstein's cousin.
Yeah, he's a fan, which is cool. That's cool.
Yeah.
I'm famous, guys, but I know what you mean. I see what Rob was meaning.
It's like how Jay-Z. It's like how Jay-Z like Kelly. Yo, I'm like, Jigga, calm down, bro. Calm down. That's how Jay-Z like Kelly. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, like Jay-Z, calm down, bro. Man. Yeah, we know the Kelly. We know Kelly go fire, bro. But damn, I mean, you making me feel uncomfortable. No, I'll mess around, but yeah, hey, I want to throw a live grenade into what y'all were thinking, man, because I heard what y'all was saying, and I was waiting backstage because I didn't want to disturb the conversation because y'all was rocking. But here's the thing: everything y'all said is absolutely wrong.
Absolutely wrong.
Wrong.
Really?
About what?
Incorrect. The player development part, what you expect from the player part, the tips
I
part.
wasn't privy to that conversation.
No, not you. No, OG, I told you I agree with you on what you said about not bashing a teammate and a professional backup. But I think y'all gotta give Emmanuel Quickly some love, bro.
We like Quickly.
What?
We don't like.
I was one of the first ones to talk about IQ. You know what I'm saying? You know that.
Sub, don't do that. Sub, don't do that. Sub. Sub, you saying you was on it quickly train early.
Well, no. Well, Sub always.
I was the conductor.
Yo, Sub got me in here high fiving myself.
I like Quickly though.
But you don't believe Quickly's a starter.
Not yet. No, one more year.
Kelly,
we said that he can start next to Brunson.
Now I think he's okay. And when you look at year one and year two numbers of these same players, bro, Quickly is better. The only reason why we think Brunson is better because Brunson played more years. And Brunson played by a more dynamic player. But when you look at Quickly's deep analytics, bro, bro.
IQ is finishing a lot of the games too, though. So when people, that's what I don't understand is when people say, he needs to start. We're starting this player because it gives us the best chance of winning. No, the people at the end of the game give you the best chance of winning. So why not start those people?
Tell him, Sub.
Right.
That's what Tibbs says. Every time he loses, he goes with the guys that getting the best chance of winning, and they lose.
Right. Well, I'm just throwing this out there. When Emmanuel Quickly didn't play with ball hogs and he was allowed to be a point guard, he thrived.
Okay.
And when you put him in lineups with ball hogs,
right,
he was not able to thrive. Right. When we had our power forward playing point guard, everybody else's offense was off.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like when you got your small forward who's not an athlete playing as a primary ball handler, everybody else on the floor's game is off.
But you got to put that in proper context because that was last year. Mm-hmm. But the year before, the same guy had the ball and they thrived. So 1 year that year, 1 year this one. So to say that, to make that broad statement, it doesn't cover both years. It just covers.
I feel you. I respect where you're coming from, OG. But OG, listen, I know you love veterans, but you gotta be patient with this youth movement, man, and let these guys get on the floor and play and be patient. And be patient with them, man. OG,
but I don't love the veterans. I'm the one who told everybody that it wasn't about the veterans. In November. Don't forget that.
OG, come on, OG. Now,
don't make me go back to that.
OG, you now shifting.
Man, hey, look, Freezy, don't even go there. Nobody would agree with you. I'm the one who put the analogy back last November that what you're seeing in the garden is not the team. They're being prepared. That was my whole thing. I never had any because I was able to see it last year. That look.
Taking all the credit.
Hey, look, you remember, hey Freezy, you remember what I said? You got to look underneath. It's not what you're seeing right there. Okay. That is not the team. But they started budding early, So they started moving those vets out the way. And that was the problem last year. The young players got too good, too fast.
What I'm gonna say to that is this. And y'all know my stance. Do I want Donovan Mitchell? Yes. Would I trade these young kids for Donovan Mitchell? Yes. If the trade don't go down, I'm not hurt. But my thing is with this trade is do it or don't do it. Either crap or get off the pot. Don't tell me you're gonna do it or lead me to believe that you're gonna do it. Because they didn't say they was gonna do it, but they lead me to believe that they're gonna do it. But then ain't nothing getting done, and all we doing is slow burning, right? Mm-hmm. And now that you slow burning, now that you stewing, all it does is make people dislike the process, right? So if it was me, OG, all I'm saying is this. They could have nipped all of this in the bud by simply going out at these rumors head on and saying, no, we're not doing any of that stuff. We keeping these kids and we're going to move forward. Now, and I know what you're going to say. Well, that's what Leon Rose said at the end of the season, right? Nah, Leon Rose said a lot of stuff.
I'm not saying that.
Yeah, we looked at that statement from front to back, back and forth, like a cameo. Cully, you remember back and forth cameo? You remember that group cameo?
Yeah, I remember cameo.
Yeah, that's like more of my.
Hey, look, being for the simple fact that you would roll with the young and don't deal with Donovan, it's just like this here. We're not going to we made you an offer, you didn't take it, you shopped it around, now you back.
Right.
So therefore, it just has to play out. It has no effect on us because the season hasn't started. It's just content. Really, whether they do it or not, you're looking for content. But right now, the season hasn't started. They don't have to do it right now. Long as we're not day one in the training camp or anything. Free agency is still open. So I don't see what the rush is.
Man, the rush is that when you stew for a team that loses historically, it makes the vibe around the team bad. Because think about it, if this thing stew and they don't pull it off, you know what we're gonna be saying? We
didn't get robbed. That's all I'm gonna say.
Nah, I'm gonna be like, yo, we can't get nothing right.
We didn't draft anybody just for this reason to get a Donovan Mitchell or someone similar. But if we strike out on Donovan and don't get nobody else, what was the point of not drafting?
What's the point? Why you have to get the first thing that's available? For the last 3 years, superstars been coming on the table a dime a dozen.
Right.
So why you have to get the first thing offered to you?
A young superstar that's not injury prone, you know what I'm saying? That could who's been an all-star? Nah, they don't just
not injury prone. He was injured this last playoff with a hamstring.
Nah, man. That ain't the type of injury. He talking about really injured. He talking about like Damian Lillard the last couple of years.
Look, you're not going running out there getting anything that you don't want. You kick the tires on it. If it's okay for you to get, and the cost is not that much, then you go ahead and make a move. If not, you know what I'm saying? Yo, they offering him. Only thing we can do, we don't have to shut down the show because they're shopping him. Good. We didn't go to Utah and say we want Donovan. They came to us.
Or they made him available. They came
to us.
Right, okay.
They came.
Okay. And we have all these ex-agents that now all of a sudden they can't close a deal.
Right.
It's not about closing the deal. It's about not getting robbed on the deal. You know the Knicks can get them tomorrow if you just give them what they want. This is a negotiation process.
What are we getting robbed for? All these picks aren't guaranteed to be anything.
It's not about the picks. Do you want to give up RJ? Do you want to give up Obi? Do you want to give up all of that? See, you're willing to do that. I'm not.
RJ and Obi and Donovan Mitchell. Man, are we serious? Somebody y'all got to be pranking me.
I'm not. Look, if you can't tell me, if I could tell you that this man been getting knocked out in the first round up 2-0, and he's on that team and nobody's hurt. You seen and they lost Kawhi. When Utah got knocked out by the LA Clippers, Kawhi got hurt. They still got knocked out. This
Bro,
is a
are the
mindset.
Knicks getting knocked out?
No,
every year
no,
in the first round?
no. We're talking about. Let's talk about this man right here, who you want to trade
That's what
for.
we're talking about. We
Then, so we're not
but we
talking
gotta
about
have
the Knicks.
context.
This guy right here,
This
played
star
on the
player,
team,
this star player getting
all-star
knocked out in
player.
the first round. He did this star player
No,
number
no,
one option.
up to no. Put it in proper context.
Oh, so he's not a star?
Nothing.
He's not a star,
No,
OG?
up to nothing. Kawhi got hurt, and the Clippers still knocked him out.
Okay, who's the Utah Jazz best player?
That's what I'm saying. You put him next to a Brunson. You put him next to a Brunson.
You talking about an undersized backcourt that have a backcourt that size?
Now we talking.
It don't matter.
Now we talking. Now we
might as well not have got Brunson then if he's undersized and all that. Though you can't measure his heart though.
No. Let me give you the stats on this. Let me give you some facts on this, and then you can chew on this right quick.
Okay.
The last undersized backcourt that won a championship was before the rule change, and that was the Detroit Pistons 35 years ago.
But you okay.
And that
what rule change?
That was the ball, the hand checking.
Right. So you can't hand check, and you also can't occupy their landing area, right, on jump shots. Those are the rules you're talking about, right?
35. No, I'm just talking about the hand checking. That was good enough. That was the one that landing did not impact the Detroit Pistons. The hand checking did Joe Mars.
So now that you can't, so what's your point about hand checking? Because now if people have freedom of movement, why does size matter?
Because the big guys can go right by the little guys.
The big guy can go by him. It's science.
No,
the big guy can go by the little guy.
When I was able to hold you with my hand, I can keep you in front of me. Now I can't touch you. Right. That's a big difference.
And so then the rule changed. Then the rule changed, and then all of a sudden,
small guards don't win.
Okay.
I feel confident with
small
Brunson
guards don't win.
Taking a charge and Donovan Mitchell's athleticism that they can figure it out together.
Still a small guard.
Jokic is the two-time MVP.
With Mitchell Robinson as a rim protector.
You remember that game? You remember that game when Jamal and
Donovan Mitchell went for 50.
All right.
Yes.
They both scored 50, right? Canceled each other out. What was the deciding factor? The big man, Joker. Little guards do not win championships. In today's NBA. It's been proven.
By who?
It's been proven.
By who?
The Raptors won it with
look at who won championships the last 35 years. The last 35 years, you will not find a 6'1", 6'2" backcourt.
Tony Parker, Kyle Lowry, Fred VanVleet.
No.
So I'm saying the Raptor with Lowry and
because it was Lowry and Green. Lowry and Green.
Oh no.
VanVleet didn't start. VanVleet did not start.
VanVleet
did not start.
He may not have started, but he played more
So
minutes than
we're
Danny
talking
Green.
about starting back.
It's not about how you start; it's about how you finish. That's
hey, look at here. We're talking about starting. Hey, look at here. I'm not saying you can't play in the game. I never said that.
Okay. So if that's the case, why would Toronto even carry Fred VanVleet if Danny Green was the most important player?
Danny Green played the defense. Right. That's what was important. His 3-point shooting and the defense.
Right. Okay. Hey, Rob. Hey, OG. Let me ask you this. So you got to have a big backcourt to win a championship, right?
You have to have a backcourt with one. Look, if you're going to carry a 6'2" guard, that shooting guard is got to be 6'4" to 6'6".
OG, you killing me. You killing me because last year the Knicks started the tallest backcourt in the NBA and we started 30 and we won 37 games.
Man, I ain't talking about. We talking about championship basketball, not basketball.
See, what I'm telling you is it's not about size. It's about championships.
Tell me in 35 years.
Because the Knicks started two guards. The Knicks started Alec Burks 6'7", Evan Fournier 6'7", and we won 37 games.
Look, I'm talking about 35 years.
You're stop. Can you help me out? I'm trying to understand what OG's saying. He said, size, you got to have a big backcourt. Alec Burks and Evan Fournier.
I'm saying, you
know what it is?
No, I didn't say everyone was
going
to win.
Our team did what OG said.
Hey, look at here. Only thing I'm saying is this here. In 35 years since the rule change, that backcourt never participated or won a final. And we're trying to win championships,
how tall is Marcus Smart? Is Marcus Smart a tall guard?
Yeah, Marcus Smart about what, 6'3", 6'4"?
Yeah, he's like 6. Yeah, he's like 6.
Marcus Smart about 6'3", 6'4".
6'3",
Yeah.
6'4", right? Okay. All right. Because
you talking about 6 feet and 6'1".
But you know what it is? The backcourt. Yeah, I get it. The size. They have to be able to defend. They can't.
I feel like I'm talking to Phil Jackson.
If one of those guards can't defend, then the other one has to be able to. But if both of them can't,
Cully, let me ask you this: how are we gonna say that when both the Utah Jazz and the Dallas Mavericks had a defensive rating in the top 10 and both featured small guards?
Which year?
When it counted, they couldn't play it, and that's the playoffs. When it counted, they couldn't play it. That's
somebody
knocked out.
Man, somebody put a GPS on his goalpost because I keep losing track of it, bro.
No, I said, look, you can play competitive basketball with a small. I never said you're going to lose every game. I said championship level basketball will not be played by a 6'1" and a 6-foot guard.
Hold on. See, wait, 6'1" and 6. Yeah, but these guys can defend. Well, are we talking about the Raptors still?
He's just somebody.
Yo, they all can defend Curry until you get them in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, but Curry has a Klay Thompson. That's a shooting guard.
He's 6'6".
I know. That's what I'm saying. He can defend.
It works.
Yeah, it works. Like, for example, the Blazers. If C.J. McCollum was able to be a good defender, I mean, he was small too. If he could defend, they'd be good. They give
you a good run though. They make it exciting going all the way until they get knocked off. But to get to that championship level,
exactly,
you got that. Look, right. You have to have that.
Look.
Because Spencer Dinwiddie and Luka are gonna get you a championship, bro.
Yeah, but see, Spencer Dinwiddie.
Western Conference Finals.
Luka's
you said championship.
Luka's
they will for 30. Look, count them for 35 years. The champions for 35 years. You're not gonna find it. Yeah.
I would take give me Seth Curry and Kyrie. I'll take my chances with them too.
Nah, you ain't gonna get nowhere with them two, man. Nah, you ain't gonna
That's what OG say.
Yeah, you ain't getting nowhere.
You ain't gonna get nowhere with them, man.
Nah, man.
Kyrie is not a winning player unless he got somebody that's winning. He's proving
that. I don't think Luka's a winning player either, bro.
All right, well,
Kyrie ain't a winning player, but he got a ring.
Yeah, look who he had,
and he been to the finals twice.
Oh, look who put him there.
Yeah, come on, look who he's on the team with.
Y'all excuse bag got to run out sooner or later. Bro.
Hey, look, I
ain't never seen nobody
he couldn't win 30 games by himself.
Y'all like at the bottom, y'all down there with the receipt, bro. Y'all digging in.
Hey, look here.
Y'all down in there, y'all down at the bottom with the ketchup package, bro.
Breezy, he couldn't win 30 games by himself. Before LeBron got there and revamped the roster, Kyrie couldn't win 30 games by himself.
Man,
Kyrie's not a defender. He could play D, but he's not I don't know. He's more focused on running the offense. Kyrie more focused on the wrong things. That's all.
Freezy know this. Freezy just
I don't understand what you're saying, bro. I'm lost. How are you saying that a small backcourt can't win a championship?
Because they haven't done it.
And neither has a super tall backcourt.
I didn't say you had to be super tall. I even gave you the height.
Cause Cully, listen, I know the GOAT. I know Cully GOAT is licking his chops to see a Alec Burks and Evan Fournier backcourt.
No, but see, that's
Hey,
the thing.
look.
Alec Burks. The thing with them guys couldn't defend. That's why they sucked.
They couldn't play. They was no good. Being tall though, it's all about how much skill you got, bro.
Just bringing some hoopers with high IQ. No,
Thank you.
Never mind the height. You know what I'm saying? Let's take baby steps and
Hey,
make it
look
to the
here.
playoffs.
I'm
Going
with
from 0
Sub.
to 100.
Hey,
You know what I'm
look. Hey, look.
I'm with Sub. We ain't riding roller coasters, bro. We ain't riding roller coasters. We playing basketball.
Hey, look. You can't get on. Look, if you too big to get on the great ride, you can make it in basketball.
Okay.
Them little guards is not winning, Freezy. You can't name me nothing.
Okay.
This has been researched. I didn't just pull this out the air. I looked back and I went to go see this. And there's nothing there.
Right.
Iverson gave it a good try against the Lakers. What he pulled up? One game?
Yeah.
He got one game.
It was a one-man show. He ain't had no help.
What if Iverson had Shaq? What if Iverson had Shaq instead of
Mutombo?
No, the backup. Golly, the dude.
He had Mutombo. I mean, Iverson had Mutombo.
Matt Geiger, you about to say somebody funny? Matt Geiger or somebody?
The dude that always got the big contracts. No, the dude that got the big contracts from Philly and New Jersey. Y'all know who I'm talking about.
Tom McCullough.
Yeah, no, is it Tom McCullough? No, not Tom McCullough.
It is Tom McCullough.
Was it? Yeah, with them ugly black uniform. Yeah, that might. Yeah.
Did he have orange hair or something like that? He was. I don't know. Something like that.
Yeah, man, it's crazy, man. OG, all I'm gonna say is this, man. Emmanuel Quickly is gonna be the Knicks breakout player, and I want y'all to get on the bandwagon early. It's August, bro. It's August.
Hey, look at here. Look, I'm watching.
Get on that Quickly bandwagon, bro.
Hey, look, I'm watching Quickly in the Bronson League, watching all those little games. Though it says, look, Quickly has to really change. See, he can't do. It's like you've been doing something so long that the basic shot, it's not done. You can't do it. Quickly can't dribble going to the paint right now and pull up because of his shooting, motion. Quickly got to bring the ball all the way down, all the way up. You know, he doesn't square. Quickly comes from the solar plexus up with his shot. He doesn't come from side and up. He comes from straight on up. If you dribble into the No.
Shooters don't untuck elbows. Shooters come straight up like a gun.
Quickly's shot is unorthodox. It's unorthodox.
So the way he dribbled.
Yeah, Reggie Miller's shot was unorthodox.
Yeah, unorthodox.
But Reggie Miller running off a screen can square up with the best of them quick. You know, he coming off a screen, he gonna square his body up quick, and he can shoot from crazy looking angles. I'm just saying, once Quickly put the ball on the floor, his momentum is always pushing him to a floater because of his shooting motion. Okay. If you watch Quickly's shooting motion, it's coming from straight up from the dive, like from the solar plexus all the way up. So now imagine you dribbling to the basket and you have to go through that motion.
I feel you.
You know, and that's like right there. He has to figure that out because it's an automatic floater if he doesn't.
We already did it, OG, though. We already looked at his shot chart. We looked at his shot chart. That shot that you just said he can't get off, he gets that shot off.
Well,
you want me to pull a shot chart up again? We can pull up the shot chart. Y'all want to look at some stats and data?
All right, go ahead, pull it up. Let me see, because like I said,
He's about to make it up. He's about to make it up. Watch.
Nah, man.
I'm all you playing.
Because all I have to do is say Emmanuel Quickly.
Freezy, this better not be your shot clock where you've been putting dots on a piece of paper. Now you know I'm gonna be able to tell.
Nah, man, it ain't the 80s no more, bro. We don't do that no more.
All right, now.
it ain't the 80s no more, OG. Watch this. Right. Quickly can't get his shot off. Right. Quickly can't get.
No,
his
I'm
shot off.
saying it'll be
Quickly's game has
easier.
evolved since his rookie year to the floaters. You know what I'm saying? To running the point, to getting all the way to the paint.
Look at
facilitating.
Yeah. Quickly can't get his shot off at the paint because he
But
got to
that's
pull the
not
ball
saying.
down.
Hey, look, what's that showing? What's that showing?
That is showing he can get his shot off in the paint.
Well, that's not showing you if it's a pull up or a floater.
Oh,
It's still 2 points though.
I
It's
know,
a
but
shot.
my point was when I was talking about his motion, it leads him into a floater. Yes, he can shoot floaters in that he gets that off all the time. I'm just saying that okay, put it like this here. You fake left, you go right, you dribble the ball, pull up, and you pull up for the 15-footer. You don't see him doing that.
So why would Mark Jackson do it? Mark Jackson, Hall of Famer, quickly do it, and we don't like it.
Mark Jackson is not a Hall of Famer.
In my mind, you're right. In my mind, and Mark Jackson is also an Indiana Pacer in my mind. Also, I don't consider Mark Jackson a Knick.
2 points is 2 points. The Matrix had one of the ugliest shots, and it went in.
Bill Cartwright, another
yeah.
Knick. Bill Cartwright had the ugliest shot. It's up. I know you probably remember this, but there was a year. I think it was 80. I think it was like 85. Barkley had took the league by storm. Jordan took the league by storm. But since we was in the Northeast, we used to hear about Barkley all the time, right? I think it was 86, yo. I swear. Barkley dunked on Bill Cartwright belly to belly and chest to chest about 7 times. And then the Sixers was up so much, they pulled them out in the third quarter. Barkley dunked on this dude 7 times chest to chest in 2.5 quarters.
Man, I don't know he did. No, he didn't.
Yeah, man, I was at the game.
Man, look,
I was at the game.
You was at the Marvin Webster game or something. You ain't happy.
Nah, you know Marvin Webster wouldn't have got dunked on because he'd have been too busy tucking his necklace in.
Yeah. Over there blaspheming, old boy.
Who talking about Bill Cartwright? I love Cartwright, bro. I love Cartwright. I tell y'all that all the time. When we drafted Cartwright, I thought our young core. God damn it! I hate saying young core, bro. I hate saying the term young core, bro, because people every time you say young core, people act like we ain't never done it before. The Knicks ain't never had a young core. Man, get out of here, Michael Ray Richardson, Bill Cartwright.
Exactly. Have we had one as good as this one though?
You ever had a good young core?
Man, are y'all serious? In 88, we had Johnny Newman, Kenny Skywalker, Gerald Wilkins, Pat Ewing.
That wasn't a good young core.
It was better than this one.
No, it wasn't. We dismantled that whole core. That was I wouldn't even consider that a core. Kenny Skywalker was gone.
But listen, okay. Let me ask y'all this. Okay, so that young core I just mentioned, right? The best the best player in that young core was Pat Ewing. Who's the best player in this young core?
RJ.
The best player. So what? Patrick Ewing was the best player in that young core.
Gerald Wilkins.
But no, there wasn't a young look. A young core is what you draft. Johnny Newman we traded for. So you can't call
we didn't trade for him. We signed him. Remember Cleveland?
Well, so you have to draft your young core to even be called a core.
Okay, you have to draft your young core, right?
In order for it to become a core.
Did we draft quickly?
Yes.
No, we didn't.
Yes, we did.
No, we didn't. We traded for the rights for quickly on draft night from the Oklahoma City Thunder.
Well, that's a draft. Did we draft
Quentin Grimes? Did we draft Quentin Grimes? Come on. Did we draft Grimes?
NBA game was played in the Knicks uniform.
No, we didn't. The LA Clippers drafted Grimes, and we got Grimes in a.
When you get that player on draft night,
so you said.
His first game ever.
Talking about moving the goalposts.
Right. Come on, bro. I mean, because if we getting technical with it, if we getting technical, let's go all the way. You know what I'm saying? Let's not be
Newman
almost
was
pregnant.
in the league like 3 years.
No, he wasn't.
Yes, he was.
No, he wasn't, bro. Newman
was in the lead about 3 years.
Oh, you
before
said
we got
Ewan?
him.
Yeah, Ewan was in about 88. Yeah, he was in the league about 3 years. But so was Obi and Quickly. This their third season.
But they got drafted by us. Johnny Newman didn't.
Quickly didn't get drafted by us, bro.
Hey, look,
I'm telling you that.
If
That was
you
a draft day
played,
trade.
if you played your first game and haven't played for anybody else, you can be part of the young core.
Okay. Like Cam Reddish.
No, he played another place.
So he's not part of our young core. He's not part of the young core.
No, he's young, but he's not even a starter. You got to be a starter to be part of the core.
You keep moving. Yo, just set a criteria that I can follow
so
I can be with you.
Okay, to be part of a young core, you got to be where this team is going to the future with. Going to be with you.
Okay.
And you have to be playing.
Okay.
You have to be getting minutes. You can't be on the bench talking about you part of the young core. And
Rod Strickland was a part of the young core.
No, we traded him the first year.
OG want to be right.
Man, look, how long it took us to trade Rod Strickland?
About a year and a half. And
a year and a half.
Yeah.
You wasn't even in the plans. How you gonna be the core?
Yeah, he should have been a point guard, bro. He should have been. Yo, Cully done conked out on us, man. Cully done conked out on us, bro. You ready to wrap it up then? Yeah. Let's get out of here, man. Cully done dozed off on us, man. I told Cully about chasing them gal all day, and then be trying to do a show at night. Hey, man.
He got to figure it out.
he burned it at both ends, bro. He burned it. Shout out to Cully Goat, man. But hey, but listen, man, thank everybody for coming through. Sub, you want to say something to everybody before we get out of here?
Yeah, I'd just like to thank everybody who joined us tonight. Next after party. Salute Rob the knowledgeable Nick out here, sliding through and giving us that knowledge. And next week, next Thursday, y'all show up. Pull up. We here.
Yeah, we go. Hey, OG. Can I put that on a T-shirt and put that in the merch store? Man, look here. Can I please put that on the shirt? You can do that. Yeah, okay. All right. Hey,
you tell your man that smoke, man. Tell him he got to get. He ain't bringing no smoke. He bringing feelings.
Oh,
I thought I was gonna catch him on here tonight because he said that. He was going to be on here tonight.
Nah, and that was my fault. I keep forgetting that on Thursdays it's the Knicks after party and not the Knicks at night podcast. And so when he saw them rocking, man, a lot of cats like, you know what I'm saying, just like, because they do so much preparation for the week. You know what I'm saying? Like these dudes will probably take Friday off. They'll probably take Friday off and then already start prepping. For me and Sub was doing stuff on Saturdays, I think, and then do stuff on Thursdays too. So you know what I'm saying? They don't want to just bum rush the show. You know how it is.
Yeah, man. His feelings are caught up in Quickly, man. Y'all gave Quickly 2 months, and then y'all forgot about the other 5.
All right. Hey, y'all. Well, we gonna get out of here. Sub, great job, bro. Sub, great job. Yeah. Cully, great job. Sub, if we gonna do something on Saturday, if you up to doing something Saturday, man. I'm with it. So that's if you got time. If not, then you know what I'm saying, it's whatever. So, but hey, thank you everybody for coming through. Enjoying Knicks after party with your main man Subliminal 209, the Cully Goat, the OG was here. I stopped through for a few minutes. Who else was there? EG 14,000. J Boogie was here. Thank y'all for coming through, man. Y'all have a good night.
All right, good night.